Get money, I'm chubby, you love me, you want me, come me. If you get me, then you lucky. I love it when you call me big sexy. Hi guys.
Yes, I live for that song.
All right guys, so this is long overdue, okay? I've been asked to do a podcast for so long. And I just kept ignoring you guys because I wanted it to be perfect. And God said, I got you, girl. So now we are here. I started off with I love it when you call me big sexy. I used to be a fake rapper like 3 years ago, right?
I would have never thought.
Really short-lived.
I remember.
Really short-lived career. Anyway, y'all, that was a little freestyle that I did. And y'all still DM me about this freestyle. I did a video to it. I was like 50 pounds bigger than this, but I held it down. Uncut. Shout out to Uncut. The top of Uncut. They let me shoot my video there. You know what I'm saying? It was beautiful. But guys, I want to welcome you guys to Big Sexy presents Big Sips and Big Tips.
Yeah.
So, I used to bartend a little bit. So, but we're going to give tips on life through Big Sexy's lens. How I think about things. And I think about shit a lot. So anyway, I think I want to start off first, just real quick. We're going to touch on this real lightly. But Miss Angela Bassett, auntie, what happened? I'm over it. I wish that they actually would stop. I get it that it's a big achievement to get an Oscar. We get it. That's what an actor goes into that business for, to one day get an Oscar. But I think that the way that things are turning, I wish that the BET Awards would come back and everybody would start coming and showing up. Beyonce, Jay-Z, y'all want to show up to the damn awards so everybody can come and y'all could do your own Oscars and brown and black people could come together, because the Oscars ain't it no more. Angela Bassett was snubbed. I don't want to take too much time onto it, but how do we feel about Angela Bassett real quick?
I love her. She's everything to me, but I feel like what happens is what always happens. So I don't think that it's something that is, that's a shocker. I wasn't personally expecting her to win because it's always like a hit or miss.
So you
it was
did
just
not
like,
think she was going to win?
No, not
Okay.
when I seen those other. No, I didn't. Honestly, does she deserve to win? I feel like it. I mean, she's withstood the test of time and she puts out solid work every single time. But that's what happens to us. So
I get it. I think the girl in me that believes in sunshine and rainbows, which is part of me, I just wanted her face. It broke my heart. I mean, if anybody watched it, her face, that, and as I coming from somebody, I'm a Spanish woman, but I grew up, and, everything. And I watched all the movies, Waiting to Exhale and Stella Got a Groove Back and Biggie's Mom and what else did she play? Oh my God, there's so many other things that she
played. Jackson movie.
Oh my God, Miss Jackson.
Yes.
And what's love got to do with it? Yes. Like, hello, like, are you serious? Like, and then there's so many other things that I'm gonna be honest, I haven't watched, but I know because she did it. She did it. It's her, and it's really sad, but I just wish that we would just maybe start. What really bothered me is when the BET Awards fell off because the big names weren't coming anymore. And I think that they would bring them back and people would start showing up and not putting so much power into these Oscars and Grammys and stuff like that. And we could really just do stuff for us, for our people.
Right.
I really think that they would maybe put less power into them and put more power into themselves and their own platforms and their own award shows, like BET Awards used to be the shit back in the day.
And then the Oscars and stuff wouldn't be an accomplishment. You know what I mean? Like, let's put something that is of ours at the top of what we need to accomplish.
Who used to watch the BET Awards and not miss the BET Awards? Like, I never missed the BET Awards.
You be right there.
And you watching the pre-carpet when 106 or whatever, when they did the pre-carpet. You watched everything when it came to BET Awards because it was our culture. And we didn't have to worry about the country time and no disrespect.
I
want to watch the shit.
But back then it wasn't too much of social media, so we was excited to see the celebrities on because we didn't see them. We didn't have social media.
You are so right.
So we was like, used to get to see Jay-Z or Beyonce.
Right.
Be excited to see them or see.
Do you think that took away from us not wanting to watch these award shows? Is because we get to see them when we want?
You see the athletes all the time. You see the entertainers all the time.
That was a great point. I actually didn't think about that.
Back in the day, it was like when 8 o'clock, the BT Awards might come on. Lil Baby about to perform. You excited.
We had to watch it to see what they wore.
Lil Baby on YouTube
right?
And Instagram.
No, I think you're right. I don't watch the award shows at all.
Yeah.
Like I watch the Oscars because every Sunday I'm with my mom,
It's nothing
and
to them.
we put it on, and I watched it, and I was like, okay. But if I was at home, I don't even have cable. I got Fire Stick.
At this point,
I don't even have cable. So if it wasn't on Fire Stick, I wasn't going to watch it. But you made a good point.
What was the word show when Will Smith slapped the boy?
The Oscars last year.
The Oscars.
It's been a whole year.
That was the only reason I watched it.
oh please.
Can we have a funny moment though? So
Please.
listen, and this is going to be controversial, and I'm with it. I actually told the co-host to look up, and we were going to talk about Chris Rock's Netflix special, but let's actually talk about it. That shit was corny.
It was horrible.
Listen, that shit was corny. I said veto
was
that
horrible.
one on to the next. That shit was corny. Chris Rock, I like his perspective on what he was. I can't. Hello, sorry. Listen. So it was okay. He made some certain things. I wanted to hear what his perspective on the Will Smith shit. None of y'all watched it, right?
No.
No, I watched it.
I watched
That's how I
it.
know it was corny.
I watched it for 5 minutes. I had 5 minutes.
I watched it for 10 minutes. I turned it
That's
off.
how I knew it was corny.
I had 5
And
minutes.
he said
It wasn't
that-
like a drive-in, hit you hard, Kevin Hart. It was like
No, it wasn't.
It
that's how you know
wasn't.
like Kevin Hart is like.
I just felt
the
like
man
he
right
could have
now.
just stayed at home. We waited all that time to hear what he had to say, and he could have just kept it.
So you only watched
What did he
you only
even
watched
say?
it for the
Because I feel
controversy.
like I saw a clip of it, but it
No,
was so
I just
forgettable
felt like-
that I don't really know what the point
So
was
maybe
from.
in pertaining to the Will Smith slap,
Yeah.
All right,
he pretty.
all right, maybe it was corny because everybody thought he was just gonna just go on and on and on about the certain
No,
topic.
I didn't.
No.
No.
I mean-
really watched it, and the first time I watched it, I was occupied, so I like really, you was like background noise. And the second time, I said, I'm gonna sit down, turn off my phone, and I'll watch it. And I said, yeah, it's gonna be a strong
No,
for me.
right? It was a super no. And I watched his other specials, so it wasn't. And that was before the
so a
controversy.
super
Like
no
I
from-
already, yeah.
A super no from 1 to 10 is like a 12.
It's like a super no,
It's a
like
12.
a
It's
15
12.
for this.
A no, super
Let's
no
put this
from
at
1
a
to 10 is
15.
a 12.
Yeah, this one was a 15 because that's just how
That means it
strong
just
I
was.
feel about
It was.
Well, okay,
It
long
was-
story short, let's Chris Rock, it was corny. He pretty much just said, I think the biggest bang, and he ended on that was, I was taught better. I grew up with better upbringing. He said not to fight around white people, and then dropped the mic, and that was the end of the show.
Okay.
So you thought he was gonna give shots about the parenting of Will Smith's parents, but then he said, I was learned how to not fight in front of white people. Boom, end of it. And that was pretty much, and there was a couple, Chris Rock, I'm
could've just
sorry.
said that.
It wasn't
And
it.
just kept it.
It wasn't it. He put the Will Smith is big, and he played Pookie in New Jack City, and it's just like it wasn't a fair fight. I was like, it wasn't a fight. He
It
kind of
wasn't.
just and walked off. It wasn't a fight, Chris Rock. I'm sorry. It wasn't a fight. There was no back and forth. It was one hit to the face, and then he walked away. It would have been different if he would have kept hitting you. That's unfair.
Right.
That's unfair.
No.
He did not sneak you. You saw him coming. You ain't know what he was going to do when he was coming. But it wasn't from the back. It was from the front. It was one sneak, and he walked away. So the side.
And to be honest, he had the option to go slap him back, but
Right.
but
I
he was
mean-
taught not to fight around white
Right.
people.
No,
But
no,
I'm
no,
just
you-
saying,
You need
so
to be taught
it's
like
not
if somebody hit you
unfair.
back, you hit him back. If somebody hit you hit him back.
he could have nicely walked off the stage and went and smacked him when he sat down.
Yeah, but I think
I
when
don't
you
think he
when
had
you
that in him. No, I'm sorry.
when you get to a certain,
No.
I think when you get to a certain caliber in your career,
He
you
probably
know
stole
how
it.
to not fight back, and it sucks because you look like the weak person, but you know that you have too much to lose.
Right.
And even though Will Smith didn't lose anything, because I'm always gonna love me some Will Smith, and I believe
Yeah,
people make
A lot of
mistakes.
people, right.
I wouldn't be here if people counted all my mistakes. And when
Right.
I get bigger, if you want to keep counting them, I'm gonna ignore the shit out of you. Okay, keep them secrets to yourself. But if you want to go in shade room with it, I did it. I was there. I remember.
Yeah.
But anyway, I believe people make mistakes. I believe
Right.
people grow. I think that Will Smith is genuinely in a toxic relationship with Jada. Child, oh, we gonna go there?
Do you?
We gonna go there? That bitch is crazy.
Y'all think so?
What I
so
think
very
that
much
I think that the man that Jada genuinely likes, she did not get. So she settled for Will because Will had all his ducks in a row. And now she's sitting here thinking like, fuck, this shit is getting boring. That's why they had an open marriage. And guess what? Will Smith was probably doing his thing in the beginning of that marriage. So when she was ready to do her thing, Will Smith had no other choice but to sit there and be strong. Cause he did his shit in the beginning,
Well,
and
the
now
thing
she
about
ready
it
to do
for
her
me
shit because she's bored.
is that like when he
How she boarded the Fresh Prince?
took the lashing.
I
right,
mean,
when he
That's
did
the
what he
Fresh
did and he
Prince.
faced his repercussions. She didn't even come out and defend him. That's why I was so sad because I was just like Jada, like
Said nothing.
and is standing out there. For
Said
her. Like,
nothing.
He is obviously taking a lot of heat, and you're not even gonna.
She's running that. She's running that, and it is.
I mean,
I am okay with a woman running a relationship as long as you're guiding me to heaven. Don't take me to hell with you. You understand?
Right.
And I think that a relationship could be 50-50 as long as both of us, the common ground is let's get the hell to
it's
heaven
80-20
and don't drag me to hell with you. She is
I've been
dragging
thinking that
him
for the
to
longest
hell.
time. And I did not know if it was just me. But I talk about this all the
She
time.
dragging him to hell.
You think
listen,
he's dragging him to hell?
I have so
think-
much. Can we hold up? Let me just.
Yeah, let's talk
This
about
situation with the round table with her. Okay, this is what happens.
Yeah, that's wild.
Jada had him. When's the last Jada movie you know about?
Oh God.
I know.
Think next. Jada ain't been doing shit for a while, and Jada said, "You know what? I'm ready to tell my truth, Will Smith. Come on, let's do this. Fund me. Maybe she got some money in the bank saved. Who doesn't matter.
They're rich.
They are
She doesn't
rich.
have
They
it.
are rich, but Jada ain't made money in a while.
But
It don't matter.
she
But
doesn't
it's
have
okay.
it.
They're
Married
okay.
to
It's
Will
their
Smith,
money.
though.
Whatever.
She will.
But she came to her husband and said, "You know what? I want to do this round table as you do to your husband, and I want to do this. This is what I passion. This is what I want to do. I want to talk to women. I want to bring women together." He ain't know that in bringing these women together, that she was going to tell the fucking world.
So y'all
that she
don't
was
think that
fucking
that
on
he
August
didn't
South.
know?
I think
I
he knew.
don't
he
think
knew.
that's how that works.
He knew, but the one about August Alsina when they was like one face to face and they was talking about it and she was like it was an entanglement. He was hurt. I seen it.
But
Bro,
he
his
would
soul
still
left
be
his
hurt.
body.
But
He
to
was
think
sick.
that
You hear me?
that
He
that
wanted
was
to
a shocker, I
support
don't
his
think that
wife.
that's
I
what
don't
that
Didn't
was.
know what that was going to come with.
I
He
don't
wanted
think
to
that he
support
was
his
aware
wife.
of it. I wouldn't say that.
Not all the way.
You don't think he was hurt?
I don't
No,
think-
I think he was hurt, definitely, like in some capacity. But I don't think that he wasn't aware, like how she's saying.
Yeah, no.
I think that he was aware of
I
what
think that
she
he
was going to say.
aware. Yeah, I thought that he know. I mean, I don't
know.
think that at that level you can do something like that. I think that
He knew, but let's go back because maybe I'm a Will Smith fan.
I'm a
Will
super
Smith
Will
fan
Smith
has
fan.
never
I
been
love
on social
him.
media.
Like I absolutely love
Will
him.
Smith only got on social media about not even 5 years ago. Will Smith was never a social media person. Never had an Instagram. Will Smith doesn't do social media. When he got on there, he instantly became famous. And he said, "Well, what am I going to do with it?" I
Well-
think that he was so private. His son is the same way. His son is following. You do not know nothing about that oldest son, and he wants it that way. He wants nothing to do with the family, not in that way, in a mean way, but just, I want to do my own thing. I don't want to be a part of this circus, if you want to call it, but I don't want to. I think Will Smith was the same. That's probably where his son got it from. I think that Will Smith agreed for her to talk about it, but he did not know exactly how far it was going to go and
the
how
extent that she was gonna take it.
embarrassing, how embarrassed he was going to feel
Right.
by a secret
Right.
part of his marriage being exposed to the world. And when somebody goes through that and they actually don't know, just because Will Smith has money doesn't mean that he has it all up here and here. Just because he has money, he has that part of his life figured out. He did not know what's going to happen when the world knows about your secrecy of your marriage. And he wanted to be on his wife's side, so he said, okay. But when you finally are living in what you said okay to, and you don't know how to handle it,
Agree.
that's what happened. Will Smith lost his shit. That's why I said I will never put no hate towards Will Smith. I think the way that they did him was crazy.
Oh, it was out. It was out of
Like,
line.
are y'all
Like, I mean, come on.
crazy? Like, the fact that nobody thinks like me and knows that this man just lost his shit. His wife looked at him like,
Yes.
man, that shit wasn't funny. I'm mad.
Right.
It was very spur of the moment.
Now
I
gotta
don't.
punch
The way that
this
he was
motherfucker in the
scrutinized.
face, like for my lady, and didn't give a fuck. He was at the goddamn Oscars. He didn't care. Oh my God. If y'all don't see a toxic ass relationship,
I just view it a little bit differently. I mean, without saying like too much, I mean, if you are in the industry, you know what their relationship is about. So what it is that you're seeing is not something that is necessarily a shocker. They're in an open relationship. They're swingers. They do the whole entire thing. That's
but
not
we
like
didn't know that until she made it public.
Well,
on the round table.
I don't think that that's true.
Oh,
I knew. Y'all didn't know that they had an open relationship?
Yeah, I know.
No, I didn't know nothing about
Oh,
the relationship.
well, maybe because. So I'm coming from
That's
another
what they get
standpoint.
into.
So then
That's why
I get it.
We want to hear. Yeah.
Right. Well, I can't. but that's
You
not a
can't what?
secret.
You can't.
That's not like
She
a
can't,
secret.
yeah.
Like so for me, coming from it didn't. It was just like I kind of took it as almost like this is just something to
Right,
do
so
because
she
it wasn't a
already knew.
secret. Yeah,
She
it
already knew
wasn't.
about. He already knew about Augustina.
Yeah, it's
she had to
it's
tell
a
him.
bunch of them. It's not
Yeah,
like
it's not just
you know
her
what I'm
either,
saying.
yeah,
It's not
yeah.
like I don't know. So that's why I didn't look at it like that.
It's some
And then for
Hollywood stuff.
Will, when he got up there and slapped her, I mean, it slapped the guy. I feel like that's how most husbands would respond.
Yeah, it would, but again, this is Will Smith. This
Not
is
on that
just
platform.
But-
any
That's
husband.
all.
Yeah,
Not on
but
that platform.
the-
no.
the-
well, it depends on what it is that you value. Because if you value your wife above all, because that's what
And
you're
he
supposed
does, and
to
that,
do,
and he
then
does,
that would have been the
and that's
display
also
that
the
you would
problem, and it's also the solution that he
Mhm.
does value his wife so much. It's a problem, and it's the solution to his marriage, but it's the problem to his career. That's the problem when people make it to a certain step in their career. You do have to figure out, is the relationship that I'm in worth my career? And if it is, then guess what? Will Smith didn't lose anything.
He didn't
Correct.
lose.
Are
a
you
thing.
still going to see the next Will Smith movie?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Are you about to go see
Yeah.
Bad Boys 4? Because I know the fuck I am. Okay,
And it's
you know,
probably,
like
and it's probably
I
gonna
know
be the
I am.
highest grossing one.
Mhm.
Exactly. And guess what? Because the same people that think like me, there's a million of us. That is celebrities are people, y'all.
That's
What
exactly
don't
what
y'all
I'm trying to
get?
say. They're people, so
That's-
it's like
Right.
That bothers
even
me
on
so
both sides,
much.
though.
Thank
On
you.
both sides, she's
So you're coming
No,
from a
I'm-
place
you know
of
what I'm saying?
this is like normal, like hello.
I mean,
like,
in the industry,
exactly.
it's normal. Like, there's not many sacred marriages in the industry, especially ones that are that long. I mean, that's just my point without even getting into it. It's not. So when I seen it, it was just like, oh, okay, cool. But I think what made it even more volatile or just more intense was his response to it at the table. And I think that's what kind of pulled on people's heartstrings and kind of started attacking her. But if you know, I mean, Will Smith,
No.
he get around.
But
like,
like I
it's
said,
not
at that
like,
moment he did not think, and we'll
Yeah.
go back to Chris Brown.
ooh,
Man.
that's
I was thinking about my baby. When you go back to Chris Rock, what he said about I was taught better, and he ended it. That was the drop. That was the end of the thing. He said, I was taught not to fight around white people, and he dropped the mic.
right.
And that goes, and it was a dig, but it was the truth. Us as people of color, we used to go into a family party, little fight breaking out. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Depending on where you grew up in. Let's not
Right.
say people of color, but just saying like where you grew up at, you used to some bullshit popping off.
Yeah.
He punched this man at the Oscars
Yeah.
in front of white people. So let's just say
Mhm.
he did it in front of white people. So you already know some of these people ain't never seen no shit like that. And there was just like,
yeah, and
oh my
I don't know.
God, why
I
would you
just
do
felt bad
that?
about the
What's
whole thing,
going on?
especially because
Like,
of the fact that it was
No,
like
big
industry professionals that you're around. Like you're around your colleagues.
it was the
and-
Oscars.
Yeah, like
Like it wasn't the Grammys
This
where
is-
we could maybe just
this is not
look,
the Kids' Choice
You know what
Awards,
I'm saying?
sir. This is the damn Oscars.
But again,
this is not the People's Choice Awards.
but it's not the People's Choice Awards. But again,
I
it's
agree.
like-
He does have everybody has a human side.
we're
Everybody has-
valuing
right.
because it would have been acceptable at the BET Awards because it's all black people.
That-
but then if it was
Right.
at the
But that was
Oscars, now we're
Chris
holding
Rock's
it to
whole
another
point.
standard.
I
So
don't
that's
think
what
it
I'm
was acceptable
saying.
Anywhere.
No, it would have been.
On the
It wouldn't have went this far if it was at the BET Awards. Because fights have happened at the BET
it
Awards
was at
all
the
the
BET Awards.
time.
That's true. No, that's
So
valid.
that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying from the perspective of us holding it to such a high standard.
Standard,
Oh
yeah.
my God, it was at the Oscars. Why would you slap him at the Oscars? Because if we was at the BET Awards or any other thing, it wouldn't have been that response. And I think that that's more so the problem than the actual action, because people feel like
where
that
was
they're
that?
not allowed to react in their emotion because they're surrounded around white people.
But that
Right.
goes
White
I was about
how
to say that
don't-
feeds into white
you know what I'm
supremacy.
saying?
too. That's a
Because
I was
white
gonna say
people-
that's that goes.
that is
We've
so-
been taught how to act. You know, I come from I'm Mexican and Puerto Rican, but I be around my Mexican family. We have half black in our family, and you know whatever. That's what I'm used to, and my whole upbringing is white people. So it's just like being a Spanish person or whatever that. It's like acceptable when we do certain shit, and they're just like, oh, whatever. You know how they do, and I just think like we're in 2023. Let's put that into perspective, and it's just like we still are just looked at as, and we're gonna go into, because of that, we're gonna go right into we're gonna end that there. We're gonna go right into getting still looked at after we've came so far to come out, we've actually went nowhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this week, and not everybody knows exactly what I'm talking about, but you guys can do your research. We will play the video for you. Miss Samira on TikTok and Instagram. I love her. She is a plus size advocate. She is a little younger. So you guys are more of the Gen Z of the plus size. I'm 35 years old. I'm a little seasoned in this. Anyway, so Miss Candace Owens, which I'm pretty sure you know that name, right? Okay, Miss Candace Owens.
I roll.
Here we go. let's play this.
So I'm big on fat shaming. Now, of course, this movement of fat acceptance is all across social media. And there is this woman who is, I guess, a fat representative. Her name is Samira Miller. She's got 1.5 million followers, by the way. So there is, definitely a following for being openly fat.
Ooh, that laugh, that condescending
I don't know
laugh.
about you, but openly fat is
Openly fat, like I'm fucking gay and I was in the closet and I don't want, like, mind you, I made a joke and somebody on Instagram or TikTok was like, you're telling people I'm fat. I didn't tell my mom yet. My boyfriend don't know I'm fat yet. Why the fuck would you out me?
What?
Nobody fucking knows. it was a secret. I was waiting to tell people. She said openly fat.
That there's a Somebody else touch this one because I'm right.
It was the condescending laugh of she has 1.5 million followers for being openly
that was
fat.
like so unbelievable. Like that was just that she could not fathom.
So what she forgot is Miss Samira is a 24-year-old Harvard graduate.
Like she's Harvard.
So the bitch got her together as Miss Candace
eloquently.
Thank you. And Miss Candace Owens, I know you think you got a little degree or whatever, but these new Gen Z educated sisters,
The Gen Zs,
they're different. They use them big words.
The Gen Zs are playing. Hello, I was about to say
them big words I ain't gonna use, but I meant it.
I'm the type to read you down with like a lot of decorum. You know,
listen,
what I mean?
the Gen Z generation of the
and anything,
you know,
it's little efforts. I don't like. If somebody like Candace Owens, to me, she's a joke.
Right.
You know what I mean? She's the kind of person that I can't even look at her and take her seriously
She's a pick
in
me.
any kind of form. So I'm grateful for the response that Samira gave her.
I love her.
I wouldn't have had the capacity to do it because she is just so small of an ant. And I guess that she can take that and apply that to her fat phobic rhetoric and say that I'm so gigantic. But girl, I would rather be gigantic than be your sorry ass. Like she is just such a disappointment of a human. And I really don't feel bad about saying that because I'm just so tired of seeing fat people get ripped of our humanity. And it's almost like people feel as though we don't have a right to. Can I bring up the thing that I was going to say? And like,
go ahead. Bring up what you want.
So, okay. This happened to me, I want to say 2 days ago. I've been going to the gym recently and I've been going for maybe, I want to say the past 8-9 months. Mm-hmm. And in the process, I've lost about 50 to 60 pounds. And I'm really proud of myself. Thank y'all. And it's something that I decided I didn't want it to be centered around weight loss because my whole life I've been dieting. Like my whole life I've been trying to fix something. And I just felt like I was at war with myself. I wasn't eating like a normal woman my size and age should. And I was just like, I'm so tired of living my life like in proximity to just weighing less when I could just be taking care of myself because I deserve to be taking care of myself.
Yes.
So in the process, you know, I've lost some weight and I was at the gym the other day. My best friend's in town. She's plus size too. And she came with me and I was on like, I don't know what the hell you call it. The push machine where you like push your legs and it's like, you're laying.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I love that damn machine. Yeah, you laying. Yep. I love that machine and I love my gym. So this guy comes over to me and he's like, oh, can I offer you some advice? Now I got excited because I love constructive feedback. Like tell me something about what I'm doing wrong.
Right.
Correct me on my form so I can improve. Of course. This man says to me, do I know about grapefruit? And so I'm just like, yeah, I know about grapefruit. Like, what do you mean? Like, you know, I'm a grown ass woman. So he's like, yeah, like if you eat grapefruit, you know, grapefruit is a fat burner. And I just sat there for a second because I'm like, ain't no way that this man came over to my grown ass and tried to educate me on grapefruit being a fat burner.
And you know what's the craziest thing is that they don't think that they're doing anything wrong. It's like literally just like, oh, I'm giving her
No, he thought that I was supposed to like jump up and clap.
First of all,
I've been trying to figure this out for 35 years. Thank you for cracking the fucking fat code.
So in my head, I'm like, is he trying to tell me, like, you think I'm going to go to the store and buy 35 grapefruits and I'm not be fat? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Thank
So
you
I'm
for
like,
cracking the code for me
So
that I've
I'm
been
like,
trying to
yeah,
figure out.
I know. So I tell him, I'm like, I've been in the gym for X amount of time and I'm not a pro by any means, but like I've been making progress. And so then he proceeds to tell me about how he wasn't trying to insult me. And I was like, I don't think you're trying to insult me because your delivery isn't rude, but I'm trying to correct you and let you know that every fat person that you witness isn't a pity party. And no one's like,
And we're not
Right.
eating
And-
6
and
cheeseburgers
of my
and scarfing it
existence.
down
Who
with
said that you're really in
soda.
the gym to lose a bunch of weight? You could just be
but they
there
can't.
to
That's
just work
what's
out
funny
or
to me.
help
It's like
your
people
stamina.
can't. They
Right.
can't
Stay
fathom
It could
active.
be,
that.
you know, I'm
Stay
Because
staying
of the
active.
active.
things that
Yeah.
we've been
Take
told,
it.
Nina, like obviously you relate, but like because of how we've been addressed our whole entire, we've always been subhuman, and especially like being fat and black, and all types of shit that
I
am.
say this growing in the
It-
suburbs, being fat and Mexican, and also my parents having a little coin. So we lived in the nice neighborhoods and my parents drove the nice cars. It's just like I dealt with racism and fatism.
Yes,
Like literally, they
Yes.
like we had a Mexican restaurant. So I
Double
remember I used to be
homicide. Like-
embarrassed of being Mexican. Literally because of the stigma that came with being a Mexican, especially I'm 35 years old.
Can I ask what
What's
suburb you
the-
were growing up in?
I grew up in a small town. It's called Avondale.
I've heard of that before.
I've never heard of that.
I thought
It
you were
is
gonna say
so
something like
small. So guys, my
Avondale.
family
Avondale
is
in PA.
it's in PA. It's outside of Philly. My family lived in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, but my parents got their business. We needed to go to a predominantly Mexican area, which was also a white area. And my parents did their thing. They came from Mexico and Puerto Rico, and they got that coin. And we grew up nice. I grew up in a nice house. Drove a Mercedes Benz. My mom and we owned a Mexican restaurant, and I actually wasn't bougie at all. I was coming into myself. I was big. I actually was probably about 300 pounds by the time I was 12. And I was in a white school.
You was at 12 years old?
I was 300 pounds at 12.
How was that? How did that go?
I think my family loved me so much that I only felt the hate when I walked outside the house.
And that's the thing. I think back to being a child, and I remember I never really felt ugly. Like
No,
I
my
never
family
felt
literally
like,
fed
my
me so
mom
much
will always
confidence.
reaffirm
That's awesome,
me.
though.
Like my mom fed
Love
me
it.
food and she fed me
Yes.
confidence.
It's like, and even like growing up fat, you do get the family members here and they're like,
Oh yeah.
and it's
No,
like
for sure.
that was like a thing.
It was
really
very
a thing.
seldom that I
But-
dealt with, but no, my family loved me so much.
I was about
that,
to say, yeah, and
my
still, my family
brothers,
never has made me feel any.
No, never. I
Oh, it
never
was like
felt.
when I came out into the
I was
world
a
and they were just
princess.
like, I was like, hold on, because I be thinking I am.
So I want to go into one more thing about this before we go into the next topic. And
Well, you are.
beautiful. My thing with this whole situation is that she said openly gay as if we were openly. I'm sorry, openly fat.
Openly fat?
Thank you. The word
But it's the
openly,
word, yeah,
I
just attach to
instantly
it.
say
That's what I'm
attach
trying
it
to
to
understand.
gay.
Yes, for sure.
And you said we're
We're not
openly
even talking about gay
fat.
stuff.
And it bothered me because along with being openly fat,
Right.
we're openly subjected to hate on social media.
Right.
And she brought it into bringing up Congress and bringing up tying it into
Like-
racism is that we can't go. A white person can't go up to me right now or go up to one of y'all and call y'all the word. It's going to be an uproar. Or if a celebrity does it, Kyrie Irving wasn't he fined for something? Something about.
Well,
I
he
have it in my
wasn't.
notes.
Well, he was more than fine, but
When Kyrie spoke about the Jews.
about the Jews.
Oh, let's not say that word. We'll get canceled before we get started.
But he didn't even say anything about the Jews. All he did was repost something about a
But
book.
look
All
at
he
the
didn't say
All
uproar
he
anything.
did
that
was tell you to
happens.
Watch it. Watch
He
the
didn't
movie.
literally say anything.
But
out
look
his
at the
mouth.
uproar that happens when he speaks on that. Or look at the uproar what
That's
happens when you
because he has
speak
a
about the
powerful- he's a powerful
LGBT
individual.
community. Look at the uproar that happens when people are ignorant or disrespectful to them. Where is that same uproar when people are talking about fat people like they're not fucking human?
Yes.
Like, why? Because I look like this, you have to look at me like I'm not normal. And maybe because we publicize shows like My 600-Pound Life and you only see
So
us
fucking dehumanizing.
eating
I hate that
and
show.
eating snacks and
Right.
can't fucking breathe and we choose food over life.
And the thing
like,
about it, like the thing to me with shows like My 600-Pound Life and like 1,000-Pound Sisters and shit like that, is like they really do use that as a means of comedy and entertainment.
it
like,
is comedy.
And even
It
if somebody
comedy.
is 600 pounds, like, and that
It's
is
comedy to me, and I look like them motherfuckers. It's fucking
but here's
funny.
the thing: is like it always has bothered me that like people will look at somebody like who is 600 pounds, regardless of how they got in that predicament, regardless of whatever happened, and they just really look at them like they're trash. And I'm just like, even if somebody's not healthy, it's always like this discussion of health and like, oh, you don't care about your health, but you would not go up to a cancer patient and invalidate their existence.
Right. You would not ask a transgender.
You can't assume my health just based off of my size.
Can I say this? You would not walk up to a transgender or go in a transgender comment and say, hey, when you gonna cut your dick off? But you will walk in the fat bitch's comment section and say, hey, did you ever think about gastric bypass?
It's so strange.
What the fuck, bitch? Be a bitch I thought about.
Imagine thinking that I don't want to change how I look. Imagine thinking that I just like the way that I
you're
look.
fine. Like, I don't get that.
Did you get what I said, though?
Sure.
If y'all are like, if you are fine with yourself, like you're obese and you love yourself, right? Why do you care about what they say?
Thank you.
Like, why? Like,
Thank you, Tay.
They're gonna comment negative stuff.
Whoa. Why do you think
Like,
that
why?
because I respond back to hate in a moment where I have a little moment to respond back to the hate? My whole life I don't respond back to everything. I wouldn't be here right now if I responded back to everything.
Right.
You probably don't live in that world mentally because you probably just don't think about shit like that. You probably not.
No, but like you my friend and I got major love for you. I don't even think like that.
And I know so many people like Tay.
Even when I met you, like it's like all love. Like I don't.
Oh yeah, the first day I met him at the gym, and he was rooting me on, and I think he shouted me out because he saw me work out and really put my work in. But
I really mess with you, so it was like
there's so many men like you, and there's so many women like you that actually don't even look at me and tiff like no other. But they're but for you,
good people to me.
There's a million people that look at us and
so
only
let them look
see
how
big.
they want to look, and you gonna take it on and say I'm still.
But it's also our duty.
You still gonna be mad? Who cares?
But it's also our duty because they're always gonna be mad.
Tomorrow you're gonna be you, and the next day.
Put the camera on me real quick.
Yeah.
Y'all always gonna be mad because I will never let all of this
all the way.
Stop any of this.
Stop me from being exactly who I am. Like what?
All the way.
All of this. I will never lie. Don't get me wrong. And the thing is that when people go through it, so I went through a little depression at 2020, as everybody did.
Everybody did.
It wasn't directly correlated to being fucking fat.
Right.
Damn. Was it a part of it?
Can y'all understand that?
It's like when I'm sad, she's sad because she's fat. Like, bitch, I had a bad fucking day.
I can probably count on my hand how many times I've cried because I'm fat.
Because what?
I could probably count on my hand how many times in my life
I
cried because I'm
like,
fat.
Right.
A fat bitch crying in public. Oh God,
It's
I know she
never
wants
about
to lose
that.
weight. So
It's just about wanting basic human decency and
Right,
respect.
right.
Like that's just it. Like
I think we just want to know that we go through the same thing that everybody else goes through.
Yeah, that.
We're just fucking fat. Oh, I'm sorry. We're openly
That.
fat.
We're openly fat.
Wait,
Thanks for outing us, Candace.
can we? Wait,
Out and about.
just one thing. I don't know if you guys watched the show Life After Lockup.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Monique and Derek.
Okay.
I do not watch it, but I watch those clips because I think it's fucking
Girl.
hilarious.
So that kind of like gave me like I have friends that are, big girls, sexy girls, all of that stuff. But that gave me like a more vast look into how people really look at people that are overweight. Because, when I'm with my girl or I'm like, I'm not paying attention, you know what I'm saying? But it really, really shocked me how people really didn't think that that didn't even think that somebody would even love her or like her.
Right.
And I was just like,
And mind you, she's gorgeous. That's
she's
the part. That's
beautiful,
the so
like
That's the
so
funny
beautiful. And I couldn't believe how many people thought that nobody
in
would really like want to be with her. And I was just like, what?
Room. I really want y'all to know.
That was crazy.
We are literally normal people. We're just big. You can find a bitch that's 150 with her body done down to
And
the
can't find a
ground.
man.
Can't find a man, paying for motherfuckers, low self-esteem.
Yes.
But when I have low self-esteem, because I've had moments where I've had low self-esteem, it wasn't because I was fucking fat. Can we say that again? It was because I had low self-esteem in that moment. And the thing about me is that I don't have low self-esteem in any other aspect of my life until I fall the fucking love. Fuck it. Damn it. When I get my heart away, I'm like,
That's everybody.
please don't hurt me.
When the last time you was in love?
Get me started.
For the last 3 years.
You in love?
Yeah,
now?
me and her both.
I'm still in love with this person. But we're not gonna go
But
there.
he loves you for who you are. So.
Oh my God, yes.
So
I've never.
If you found like if you in love with somebody, right? He loves you, right? Why you care about what people say on comments or Instagram?
A
You got
man
somebody
doesn't
that loves
define
you,
my
accepts
security
you.
and my confidence. If just
Yeah.
because I have a man,
All right.
it doesn't mean that I don't fight insecurities and other aspects of my life that he can't
But
fix.
That's
Facts.
I
But
think that's
the way
all
you carry
girls,
yourself,
though.
the way you carry yourself,
Yeah,
you're a confident person.
I know.
And I'd be like, I'm like, why?
But when I fall in
and
love,
you act crazy, and I'm like, why are you like this? You're so crazy, right? And I'd be like, you silly to me. You so silly. You like embrace who you are, and it is what it is. So somebody commenting or saying something should never bother you because
it doesn't. When I speak
you are
out,
who you are, and you love it.
guys, when
You
I
love who
speak
you are.
out and I cry and I'm addressing something that happened,
Right.
I promise you that I addressed it and I went back to my fucking life.
Right.
Hello.
This is
You
so-
can say that
Social
again.
media. This is social media.
Yes.
Let's be honest, because this is Big Sexy presents Big
Right.
Sips, Big Tips. So let's give a tip for your ass. When I cry on Instagram, I promise you I went back to my life 5 minutes later and forgot what the fuck I was crying about. And even if I do have a moment where those comments maybe got to me, I talk about this all the time. They don't get to me fully. They get to the girls that are not like me, that don't enter life with the same confidence that I have.
Right,
And
right,
you are
right.
gonna kill somebody's a good day, a day that a girl decides to walk out the house and feel confident, and then she makes a post and someone says, "You're fucking fat. What are you doing?" You just ruined that whole girl's time out the house when she's fucking mortified to walk out because of how people treat fat people in society. Go ahead, Tiff, because I saw that you had to say something. Go, please.
I just honestly, I mean, everybody's allowed to feel how they want to feel and have a human moment and respond. Just like how we
Yes.
we just kind of touched on that. So it doesn't really have to do with having an ideal partner. Like, I'm still a person apart from that, and I'm still gonna have some layers to me, just as everyone will. And me having a partner doesn't change that. And also, just because I respond to something doesn't mean that I'm necessarily, super gutted by it or like it's affecting my life. It's just that
I
I
speak on it, and we have platforms. At the end of the day,
right. And a lot of times when I
love-
retaliate,
I
it's not
love
even
the
like
feeling
you said. It's just like and keep going.
Yeah,
Right.
like
A lot of
even
times
if
I
cry,
don't, but-
I'm a fucking Cancer. I'll cry and fucking.
And I'm a
laugh
Cancer
at it.
rising, and I'll cry. I'll cry.
And I'm a Cancer, and I'm a cry too. But I love
We
your
Cancers,
transparency,
goddamn it.
though. I feel like the transparency really helps. It just brings a light to it. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if you don't respond, then somebody like
I
me
have
or
the
the
right
guy
to
down the
respond. I
street,
have
right,
the right to
doesn't know
respond because
doesn't know the impact. Like,
when
you
stuff
know what I mean?
happens in the world, I've conditioned myself to not respond anymore in the world because I've dealt with it my whole entire life. I used to be 550 pounds, y'all. My stomach used to be right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, couldn't walk comfortably, didn't leave my house a lot. It was a circus when I left the house. And then I've always been this. I used to have fruit punch red hair. I used to have piercings in my face. I always was covered in tattoos. I always dressed just like this. Like, I literally always been big fucking sexy. I was just big as fuck. But anyway, I'm still big. But I'm just saying though, guys, it's just like, I really I want to cut this short or wrap this up, but it is not fair how we get treated in society. And when I decide to respond to the hate that I get, just know that it's just a response. It's not I didn't attach it to anything else but just a response because, well, first of all, I'm on social media. So, I mean, I'm
And
pretty
we've
sure
been
if I was
living
sitting
this
at home
life
with
way
2 followers and
long
bitch, I'll talk to my mom about it.
Right.
I'm going to talk to y'all about
it
it.
all. It's nothing that you can say. Like, it's every fat joke in the book, every name,
But that response, what he
done.
said, is what happens in the comments. It's like, don't let it bother you. You're big sexy. You're thick. I'm still human. And like I said, I don't hurt sometimes for me fully. I hurt for the
and
girls.
I agree.
Right.
You don't know the messages. My ex, I used to show him. My ex is, doesn't think like you. He doesn't think like you. He just sees a person. And I would lay in bed and I would show him girls that would tell me that I just want your confidence. I want to
Yes.
go outside. And I would show him the picture of them and he'd be like, what? She not even that big.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I know.
Mm-hmm.
And look what society did to her.
Yep.
Look what society, these girls, and I didn't even want to get into this, but all these surgeries and all this shit. And again, I know I talk about surgeries and I have no choice but to get surgeries, y'all. This right now, without this faja on, I could literally pick it up and fold it. You understand me? Like, it's not my arms. Y'all know I'm very open. My arms. This is from 550 to 450. I can't live like this. I have to get that shit cut the fuck off. My inner thighs, It's the coochie before the coochie. I hate it. I gotta get rid of it. I hate it. It keeps it nice and warm though. But I hate it. And I have to get surgeries to look fucking normal. These girls are getting surgery for perfection.
Yes.
Right.
And I'm not coming at y'all. If that's what you
They be
want
going
to do,
like 7 times though. They be going like,
yeah, like
it's like an
if
addiction.
that's what
Over
makes
and
you
over and
happy,
over.
if that's what makes you happy. But I think there comes a point in time when you have to really sit down with yourself and think, is this fourth surgery really gonna make me happy?
Well, I mean, look
Is
at all the
it?
celebrities
No.
are getting everything taken out.
Yeah, they are.
And you know what? I am here for, because listen, I don't know what I look like underneath here. I don't even know if I have a butt. I might buy one. I'm not gonna lie to you. But I think when I get my fucking stomach cut off, I think the ass gonna look a little fat. You think?
yeah.
Okay, I think so. But if it don't, I mean, it is what it is. I'm so worried about other things that honestly, I'm just looking for normalcy. And it's a fucking fucked up word to use. It's a sucky word to use. But I'm fighting for normalcy, guys. I am fighting to be big sexy. And then when I'm done being big sexy and I turn this camera off, I can not be noticed in a crowd. Nobody looks at me when when I get cute or I'm on a date or anything, it's like you have to like overly tell me, you are so pretty. You are so, I'm
Yeah.
like, bitch, I look cute, but relax.
Yeah.
Relax, bitch. I know I'm pretty, but it's not that deep. And I just feel like they have to tell you because they think that they're like,
That overcompensation.
yeah, the overcompensation, like maybe it's no one told her she was
Yeah,
pretty.
like they think
bitch,
they-
everybody does. And my mirror told me
They
twice
like,
before I got
"This
here.
is my
Fuck
good
you.
deed for the day. I thought she cute.
And if you didn't, 3 motherfuckers in my DM told me I'm fucking gorgeous. And 2 other motherfuckers text me and FaceTime me and said, you're so pretty. You know what I'm saying? Like, thank you. But it's just like, you guys are overcompensating for you think the confidence that I don't have. And I don't know.
Right,
Because when you see me walk through this motherfucking room with my ass out. Like,
You gotta know I know that I'm fine.
what did
Like,
you
let's
think?
be
I wasn't
honest.
confident?
You think I don't know that I'm gorgeous? Like, be for real.
Like, bitch, I smell good. I look
Think
good.
about it.
Coochie smell good. I care about myself.
I know that. I wake up knowing that. I go to sleep knowing that. It's in my
She's
blood.
everything. I told you, she's the Gen Z. And let's talk about the Gen Z because we're going to wrap this up. Gen Z, y'all got the fashions that we didn't have.
Yeah, girl.
I was a
Sorry.
Lane Bryant,
We
bitch.
had Ashley Stewart. I was wearing Ashley Stewart in 8th grade.
Oh my God, I was Lane Bryant the
No,
fuck
right.
out and the
That
shit was
fashion is
pitiful. I think when I was 15, I used to go to California with my
Unethical,
family
but-
and I got introduced to Torrid. And Torrid was like more Hot Topic-ish. And I was grungy back then. I was
Yeah.
tattoos,
Oh,
I was
yeah.
piercings. You know what I'm saying? So Hot Topic meets Torrid. It was amazing. Went to 4X, size 11. I had some big motherfucking feet. I said, yeah! It's like, no more Lane Bryant. So, the Gen Z, she's 20, 24?
I'm 25.
25. She's the Gen Z, so she gets all of it, which we got nothing. So fashion plays a big part in confidence. This has nothing to do with fat people. Fashion plays a big part in anybody's confidence.
Right.
And I made it work. I've always been a fashion bitch. Don't get me wrong. I was sewing some shit tonight. I'm gonna go sew this shit.
We had
They
to be
won't
innovative,
probably
bitch.
listen to this. Listen, I gotta get it over my belly, but once it's over my belly, we a little small right here. So I'm gonna tuck that in. We're gonna get it together. Thank you, Pretty Little Things. I love this 2-piece set. Before y'all
Yes,
ask,
I love it.
before y'all ask a million times, this is from Pretty Little Things, and the black one did not work. The stretch was not stretching, but this motherfucker stretch.
Hey,
Yes.
hey.
It's the biggest size on there. I don't know what the biggest size there, but the biggest size on PLT. There's a 2-piece set. I ain't got no yitties, so you big bitch titties, I probably would wear a different top with this. But anyway, for me, it worked perfectly. Oh, shout out to while we're here giving shout outs, shout out to my hair.
Yes.
She made this
Yes.
wig in 2 days, honey.
Gorgeous.
Made a post. I said, who's going to give me a wig for the podcast? And Miss Alexis said, I got you, girl. I went and got my head size because my head's big as shit. And I was like, don't just give me one off the mannequin because it's not going to fit. And she did it. Do we like the wig? Do we like the wig?
It's
We
giving.
love it.
Nice.
It's giving.
All her information will be at the bottom, and I will tag her and everything because this is absolutely gorgeous. But we're gonna go right into this is a good hot topic, and I think we're good here. Hold up, can we cut real quick? Sorry, cut for 2 seconds. Jillian, the food girl's here. She said she was calling. I just got the text. All right, so we could start when you're ready. How? Oh, we're good. It was only okay. Okay. Yeah. Hold up. Readjust my butt cheeks. Oh shit, ass is out. Goddamn, you ain't tell me my ass is out. You was looking.
I was looking at this shit.
Yes.
That shit was donkey.
So stupid.
Tattoo your butt and everything.
Oh shit. says Big Sexy.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
I like
I
it when
like-
you call me Big Sexy. Okay.
Hey.
Yes. All right. All right, guys. So there was a hot topic that I did not discuss. I let them know about the hot topics because I want them to do their research. They did none of it. Fucking failures.
I definitely-
Anyway, slackers.
I did-
I passed
Oh, I'm
out.
sorry. Miss Geo
Yeah.
did her
I did my
homework.
I did
You
it for all
motherfuckers
of
didn't
it.
listen.
I
Okay.
held it down. I held it down for them. I did it for all of them.
You gonna throw us under
Yeah.
the bus?
Y'all
I
motherfuckers
held it
didn't
down for
listen.
all of y'all.
But I told him I was going to throw a wild card in there. I told him I was going to throw a wild card in there. So, guys,
Yes.
Nipsey Hussle's first baby mother. I don't know names and I won't lie here. Okay. She made a post about how much she missed her baby father and that he was the person that she told everything to. And she was the last person to see him before he died. And she, first of all, rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle.
Right.
So, what is the proper etiquette on social media post when the person that you have a relationship with, whether it be past or present, dies and they are in a committed relationship when they die? What is the proper etiquette on exes, baby mothers, all of that? What is the proper etiquette to you?
Ain't no
Who want-
proper etiquette. You gotta
ain't
say
no
what you
proper-
want to say.
gotta
You're not here no
what you wanna
more.
feel.
Why the
Yeah.
fuck I knew Tay was going to say some shit
I
like
feel
that?
Proper
the same
etiquette,
way,
though.
though. I mean,
Say
at
what
the
you
end
wanna
of the
say.
day, you had a part of that person's life, and you should be free to express that,
I
especially if
agree.
you have children with them.
What you
I
gonna
mean,
say?
come on.
I personally, I didn't have a problem with what she posted. I think that she was a part of his life at one point in time. So this, I'm going to answer because y'all know y'all like to put shit in people's mouth. Okay. And I don't like words in my mouth. I like other things in my mouth. But anyway,
Yeah.
listen, I think that Nipsey Hussle conducted himself as a grown ass man when he was here. And I think that Nipsey knew how to cut affairs off with other people before he started affairs with others. And I think that Nipsey was a grown man in this situation. I think that Nipsey Hussle knew that a good relationship with my baby's mother means a very healthy relationship with my child and a very just healthy relationship overall. So I'm not speaking for what y'all was commenting in the shade room from your own trauma. I'm speaking from a grown ass man who knows how to cut affairs and knows how to move on to another relationship and cut those affairs and literally go in the house like, I'm talking to so-and-so, you know what I'm saying? The kid, okay? And I do think that for that particular story, that's only the thing I'm going to answer from, is I think that he had a healthy relationship with the baby mother. And I think that she was being truthful when she said that she was the last person that talked to. And that was the person that she told important things to. And you cannot tell somebody not to grieve
I was gonna say
in any way.
Yeah, you cannot.
Every person that you date has a past.
Yes.
And when someone passes away, and I hate when people be like, you ain't talked to him in 5 years. Why the fuck you coming around? How are you telling me that I cannot grieve? Death is big.
It is.
Yes.
Death is final.
Yes.
Not talking to somebody for 5 years for whatever reason and y'all wasn't talking to each other, when that person has died, you should want to pay respect to that person.
Right.
Okay? I'm so over. I'm not speaking from a toxic
Please.
place. I'm speaking from a healed place. I am so over you not coming to his firm. You haven't talked to him in 3 years.
Yeah.
And then you're just going to totally disrespect the relationship I had with them for 5 years. And then we just separated. Life happens. Me and my friend, my best friend who was a part of this, he is sponsoring this. We didn't talk for 3 years. We talked 3 weeks ago just to talk about we're really so happy in our lives. He called me to ask about my mom. We just updated each other on stuff. And then I called him so happy about the space that I found to do the podcast. And I was going to do it on my own, whatever I had, I was going to do it. He was like, I think I got you on this one. He was like, I haven't talked to this man in 3 years.
And see how stuff can happen like that. Just
But what I'm
Yeah.
saying, and I said that for a reason. If something would have happened to him in 3 years and we weren't talking in those 3 years, I'm not supposed to go to his funeral?
right.
I'm not supposed to miss him. I'm not supposed to miss the memories that we made from 16 to 32, 31 when we stopped talking.
Yeah.
You can't do that. And I'm speaking from a healed place. I'm not speaking from a traumatic place. So if your baby dad's still fucking his baby mom and then he died and the bitch got a video in the bed with him from the night before, I'm pretty sure you knew about it, right? Sorry. Like, and
if it exists,
But what if
then
they
she
do?
would be able to post it.
the proper etiquette for the other girl would be not to post it, but you can't tell nobody not to do that. If right now my situation
like
of 3
different,
years
though.
passes away, God forbid,
Why is
God
it
forbid,
different?
his
She said-
exes
she
are going to
said-
want to post memories of
That's
them,
different.
and the memories maybe were not. Well, clearly they weren't while I was with them. They were old memories. How am I to tell that person, take that shit down, don't post it? Like, that's their memories. And yo, they were in them comment sections like, she wow for that. Like, that's the last person.
And then, I think that there may be a little bit of etiquette when it's somebody's wife.
Truly.
Right.
But
Big facts.
right here, she's not married to him and was never married to him. When
Was
it's
never married to
somebody's wife, then maybe you may want to kind of word.
But the girl didn't
it
say
and
anything.
make
She
it
just said,
No, it
she
was
really
beautiful.
misses.
It
It
was
was
a
beautiful.
really
And she
beautiful
said that,
thing.
you know, I wish I
But-
had him to tell him. And I was the last person. She was grieving. You know, if Nipsey was who he was presented to us,
Then
he was a
everybody would
beautiful
miss him.
man.
He was a beautiful person.
He was a beautiful person. You know, because you know everybody.
he's a
you
beautiful
don't know
person,
people
so-
behind the scenes.
Right.
So everybody touch somebody in every different way. So
Right.
she explained how he touched her.
Exactly.
So she allowed
Exactly.
to explain that.
She's allowed. No,
She
I'm
didn't say
no.
nothing sexual, nothing like that. She just
Nothing.
said
I
that's
thought it
just the
was
way that
very
man
nice.
touched
For me,
her.
the proper
She wanted
etiquette
you
were
feel
to
that
be
way.
if he was married. That was the question. If he was married or if he was in a committed relationship, I think it is disrespectful for her to be. If
It's
she
not.
were to
It's not.
them laying in the bed, that's
I
my
mean,
that's
alright,
my
the
opinion.
laying
Yeah.
in the bed,
that is.
right?
No, not the post, not the post.
Yeah.
Listen, because I told you like to put words in my mouth. Don't do that. Not you, just social media. No, I think that if a man was in a committed relationship or he was married, there
would
was
say
a proper
just married.
etiquette on
I
what
would
to
say
be
just
posting.
Married, committed. I wouldn't even.
You know what it is? Because
I would say married.
we put such a big title on marriage, and you could be in a committed, and after I think it's so many years with each other, it becomes a marriage. So I don't like that whole you gotta be married. No, I could be with somebody for the last 10 years of my life, and then a girl that he dated when he was 16 wants to post a video of them laying in bed while I was sharing a life with this man for the last 10 years. Again, it's just my opinion.
Yeah.
It's
I
the
think that is
overdue.
disrespectful. It is
Is it
we're
overdue?
talking about grown men that will end a relationship healthy before they jump into. I am not speaking from a toxic standpoint. We're talking about grown men here.
right.
I'm just saying if it's before or after, like if she posted it like while you was with him, like is receipts that she was with him when you was with him?
Yeah,
or
being messy.
after?
Being messy.
Huh?
And even if you was with him while I was with him, I've been with him for 10 marriage. I think that this is
Ah,
not
marriage. You
If she
you
was
can
with
only
him- if
respect
you was
mar-
married and
I
she
can
was
only
with him, why she
respect
care?
marriage. I don't know. I think that
Right. Grieve in
As a-
peace, goddammit.
You know what I mean?
Fucking
I know.
miss him
Ain't no grief.
with your girlfriends. Why you gotta put the shit on social media? That's
What
what
you
I'm saying.
think?
Like,
Well, did she post a picture with him?
no, she was very.
the only
The
picture she's
messages
ever
were
posted
What she did
them
was
because she
fucking-
said she talked to him last before he passed away. So you know, people coming from
Okay.
trauma,
Okay.
that's where they commented from. Like, why the fuck you saying you talked to him last, bitch?
I
Maybe
feel like-
Lauren talked. Like,
I think Lil Kim said that about Biggie Smalls. Who cares though?
it's her, that's,
Right?
yeah, I
Who
mean,
cares?
It's always a way to do something.
I didn't
It's always
care
a way
that
to
she
do
said
things.
that. I didn't care
It's
that she
always
said
a way
that.
to
I
do
was reading
things.
the comment section. I was like, you know,
It's
that's how
always
I-
a way to be tactful, but it's like, yeah, and still somebody has the right to grieve. Somebody has the right
Right,
to feel
right.
the way that they do. And if they're going to bring it into the public space,
Right.
and I feel like, yes, it should be with some consideration and some tact. If the person is
Yeah,
trying to
I definitely think so. I think there's
But
just a
so
way.
her post wasn't.
No, it
Okay.
was not. It was literally
Well, then,
like
yeah,
I just
then, well,
missed.
I don't see the problem then.
No,
But you
I
keep
didn't
on
see a
sharing.
problem, but I read the comment section and I'm just like, I commented. I was like, she wasn't disrespectful, but if we want to talk about, you know, and then it goes into, I just thought it was a perfect conversation of the proper etiquette when somebody passes away.
Alright, so
Right.
all right. Let's go into like comments, right? Because a lot of stuff is about people comments. People just say stuff just to say stuff
Yeah,
with no meaning behind it.
Yeah.
Just to say stuff.
just to talk.
I mean, just to say stuff. So why do you even take people comments like seriously?
But here,
I don't.
you go with that question again.
That's what I'm
This
saying
is a
though.
podcast, Tay. We got
All
shit. We got to talk about some shit, Tay. Damn it.
Like they comment. I even be commenting on
So
shit.
you
If we
never
didn't give a fuck about none of this shit,
respond
we'd
to
be at home.
So you never respond to anybody's comment.
It's funny. I think it's funny.
Yeah, he don't.
So, but do you ever
I got like
respond?
a dog page. I have a fitness page. I have my own page.
So you never respond.
I do. It's funny to me though.
Okay.
They be like,
you
oh,
laugh?
I got a dog page, right? I breed French bulldogs, and they be like, oh, your dog is gonna be like deformed, or you need to stop breeding that dog.
I'm about to say that's
Like,
anything.
it's a puppy. It's a puppy though. It's a pretty puppy to me.
Your dog's gonna be
But they
deformed.
like,
What the
"Oh, that's
fuck?
ugly, yeah."
I'd be like, what?
It's like this little ugly deformed dog. You stop
That's evil.
breeding. Listen, they say you stop breeding and all that type of stuff. I don't care.
Excuse
I
me?
laugh.
My
Like,
dog's
wow.
gonna be
I'm like,
deformed.
wow, where is this coming from?
No.
But me,
Dog's gonna be
No.
I laugh too.
they say bad stuff, and I'm like,
I would have to respond to that because I need to know
I'm
where you coming
responding,
from. Because you coming from the
My
pit of
response-
hell talking about
my
somebody
response is
gonna
like,
be
yo, holler
deformed.
at me when you can afford
You
one.
gotta be working with Satan.
Okay, see,
that
that
part.
part. I get it. I get it.
Holler at me when you can afford this dog.
But
You
again,
can't afford
Tay,
it.
you know,
I would be upset too if you can't afford
we
it.
are on a podcast.
Like,
We needed some shit to talk about.
I
And
am
that was a
talking
good
about it.
topic.
So,
I'm just
like,
saying though,
Talk
you
bad
asked
stuff
me
about my dog.
about comments.
Holler at me when you can afford it.
No, listen, social media is just a bunch of people that never said the shit
talking
in real
crap.
life, and now they have a platform to
People
say
behind the
it.
computer.
Same thing with the fat shit. You know, it just we'll tie it back into fat shit. These motherfuckers, the most y'all do to me in public is stare at me. Okay, on the comment section, she's a whale. How did she get that way? What do you do to be that size? Why didn't you stop it? Like, I could go on with the comment
And
section.
you got a lot of followers though.
But honestly,
You
like
have
I
a
just
lot
told
of
you, for
followers.
the most part, if I'm not in that space, I really genuinely don't read them.
Right.
And then sometimes I'll be like, and then you could translate it because it'd be in fucking other languages. I big translate. God damn.
It be in other languages.
You in fucking Ireland talking that motherfucking shit. Like,
Like, hold on, you didn't think that Google Translate was a thing?
bitch,
Or-
you are in India.
I'm
Upset. Isn't it beautiful over there? God damn, don't y'all got money? Why y'all so mad? It'd be like, I don't know the fucking words, but you know it's Indian. I'd be like, damn, y'all mad. I heard it was beautiful over there. I want to come, but I'm pretty sure I'm not allowed. Don't they like, aren't you like, ain't fucking India, like you can't do a lot of
I was
shit.
about to say them East Asian countries is kind of.
Oh, I would never. Do you, the Chinese restaurant? Child, the one lady, ooh, let's have a motherfucking story time. I went to the, and then y'all thought I was fucking mad or crying. I was sad because I was having a bad day. And fucking Maggie didn't make it fucking any better. I'm sorry I said it. I don't know her name. Whatever. Y'all, the one day I went to the fucking nail salon, I was already having a bad fucking day. I don't went to the gym that day. I was like, let me get my brain right.
All right.
So I'm like, let me go to the gym, make my mind right. So I go to get my nails done. I was probably like 40 pounds, 50 pounds bigger than this. Mind you, when I wake up in the morning, I decide what I'm going to put on. I ask myself, how bad do I want to be stared at today? Because I would put on some bright
It's a
motherfucking
valid
pants.
question.
What? As a big bitch, you
Valid
got to
question.
say, do I want to wear black bottoms so no one looks at my belly while I'm walking
Do
towards
I just
them?
want to do leggings and a t-shirt
Yeah,
so I
do-
can have a normal day?
So I can have a normal fucking day.
So
Do I want
to
to cover the fucking arms so I can have a conversation? No one's looking at me. You know, stuff that people don't think that we think about and we think
Right.
about. So that day I wanted to go to the gym really cute. I had these baby blue fucking, you know what I'm saying? I thought I was fucking cute. Maggie said, bitch, try again tomorrow. So I walk in the nail salon. I was getting my nails done. So she, you know, she's like slowly creeping it in there. And she was like, yo, how does it feel? And I'm just like, the fucking manicure bitch, it feels
Hold on.
Wait, what?
Wait, you just saw my face, right?
Yeah, she was like, how does it feel? But she's doing this. She's like, how does it feel? And I'm just like, mind you, I'm so oblivious. I'm already having a bad
Because,
fucking day.
huh?
So I'm like,
Oh,
Maggie,
no.
do the fucking nails and stop playing with me. So mind you, people see me crying on Instagram and they think like, oh my God, I feel so bad for her. She doesn't know how to take up for herself. Fuck y'all. Y'all wasn't there when I said what I said. I came on Instagram crying. Sorry, there wasn't a camera crew to get how I actually fucking responded to the situation.
So what
Right.
you
God damn. So she started with that. She was like, so how does it feel? You know, does it hurt? And I'm like,
Does it hurt?
I'm like, what the
Oh,
fuck?
no.
So mind you, I needed my fucking nails done. You feel me? I needed my nails done. So I'm like, all right, whatever. We get to, you know, you wash your hands, you come back. She was like, how much you weigh? I said, please don't speak to me for the rest of this time. I was like, finish my nails and don't fucking speak to me for the rest of the time.
you gotta
She
be
said,
joking.
oh, I'm sorry. Like, bitch, you wasn't sorry 10 minutes ago. Like, this is my thing. I know that we are from different countries,
What?
but who the fuck raised you?
You got to.
This was on Instagram, so people that are watching this, they remember this day because I had bitches ready to roll deep. You want to hear me? They was like, bitch, where the fucking nail salon at? I said, please don't do that. I was like, because I think they were serious. I was like, please don't do that. I was like, but they see me crying, but again, they don't think that I know how to take up for myself. I've been big my whole fucking life, y'all. There's certain days, the same way that y'all can't handle shit. You ever have a bad day?
Of course.
And then something just completely just bring it all the way home.
Absolutely out.
And you just cry like, fuck, this day was terrible. But now it had to end like this. That was one of them days, and it was 3:00 in the motherfucking afternoon, and I was already burnt out. She burnt me out. So yeah, I did come on Instagram and I was fucking crying. I was pissed the fuck off. Like, why should I have to be subjected to this while getting my fucking nails done? Like, that shit's
Always when I'm
crazy
getting
to me.
That's crazy.
That shit's, and literally what I don't like, and now that I can address it because I have a podcast, I can talk about things like that. Stop thinking that I do not know how to defend myself. Y'all, I've defended myself my whole entire life, and I am in my soft era, and I'm fucking tired.
Say it again, please.
I'm in my soft fucking era, and I'm tired, and I'm done talking. Now I'm going to show y'all bitches where Big Sexy could go, okay? And I'm going to laugh at y'all the whole fucking way, okay? Thanks. I'm done talking. I'm done cursing people out. I'm done. I'm done.
I'm
Like,
not doing anything that depletes me of my energy. Like, that shit is so tiring and draining.
but
Like,
people live in those type of worlds where they're cursing people out. Oh, I'm ready to fight.
I
I'm
know.
ready to.
I can't. And I was literally just thinking about that. I can't be so reactive because I just don't even have it in me. Like, I need that energy on.
But why did they look at you as weak when you don't react, or your cousin be like, why didn't you say anything?
Limited mindset to have, because like, why? Why do I want to go my whole entire life up in arms?
Right.
Fight or flight.
Why don't you say anything? Why don't you got such a big ass mouth? Why don't you say nothing? I do. And I'm 35 and I had a big mouth my whole life. And guess what? I'm going to use this big mouth for this fucking podcast. I don't got time to be, I use this big mouth for my business at home. I'm a full-time makeup artist. I talk every fucking weekend from Friday to Sunday. Like, I'm in my soft girl era, and I don't feel like cursing y'all out because y'all are ignorant as shit all day. Even that Asian lady.
And I can't
like,
relate,
I'm over it. Like, I literally was just like, please stop talking to me and finish my nails. And people were like, you should have left without paying. And guess what? Depleted me of my energy, because then she was going to call the cops when I could just pay the money because I have the money to pay. And
just
exit left, and I could go back and recharge my energy to get through the rest of the day. And y'all don't get that. Don't nobody want to walk around fighting all day and cursing people out all day. That shit is first of all ill.
It is ill.
Grow up.
It really is. I don't know how people operate like that. Like, just
ready to fight all day.
That's how I was though, and you know why I was like that, because I'm in a male-dominated industry or whatever, and so I was constantly in a place where I felt like I had to fight to be seen or fight to be heard, because it's always men. I'm in sports and I'm in entertainment, always men. But I said this year, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to be like
soft girl
era, and just see how it works there, because it really does deplete your energy where you're constantly like, and why
you just brought a whole other perspective on just in the profession fighting.
Oh
men.
yeah,
like
that's what my
live like that.
And it was so crazy. I wrote a book about it. Last year.
What's the name of the book, baby?
My book is called She Is King. Guys, get it on Amazon. Shameless plug,
right.
but it's about me navigating through male-dominated industries and the transition of the fight to what I am now.
What do you know?
Right.
Living in your soft girl era.
My soft girl
And if
era.
you fighting something, you fighting how to make more money and how to not. You don't got to fight.
Right.
It's just like I said. It's so crazy that I didn't even think that we were going to touch all these topics. But it's my first show, and we're going to start with a bang. But yeah, guys, when I don't fight back, or you seeing me crying, or I didn't say what you wanted me to say, or want me to fight, first of all, absolutely not.
Fight who?
We were talking about how just, when dealing with fat comments and people want us to fight, or
being disrespectful.
Or when I cry on Instagram, they were like, oh, if I was there, I would have fought the bitch. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. But that's just, I'm cool off of that. So.
Right.
You can't fight everybody.
And thank you. See, Tay was in the bathroom. He missed a little bit. He was taking a little tinkle. But you don't want to fight. And I think people.
You're gonna be fighting like a mother. You Layla Ali out this bitch. You're gonna be fighting.
But even him as a male perspective, he's just in a different space in his life
Yeah.
where I know you don't carry yourself like that. You
No.
know, I wouldn't even bring nobody on. I'm sorry. That's not my energy on this fucking podcast.
No.
So, guys, we are gonna we're gonna wrap up soon because we are actually gonna taste vegan food, y'all. I had vegan food for the first time.
I'm real excited.
Y'all, one thing about me, I love me some vegetables. Shocker.
No way.
I wrote it on TikTok. I was like, love vegetables. They was like, yeah, fucking right, you fat bitch.
It smelled like
They really
fried
think that
chicken.
the mukbangs, you know how people make mukbangs? They
Yeah.
really think that's
Wait,
us.
it made what?
When people do
Mukbang.
mukbangs and they take like a whole bunch of food and eat it at
Eat
once.
it.
Like that's how they think we eat.
That's how we
They think that we sit down for meals and just have.
But when I say I like vegetables and
Like,
shit,
no,
they're
I
like,
actually
get
like
the fuck out of here.
People that eat stuff on Instagram, they be like,
But they think that's how we
eat.
eat.
Like,
Like that.
That's how we think.
No,
Yeah.
that's
times
not
a
even
day.
realistic.
and they be skinny as shit.
right, so they not gonna say nothing.
Their
But
metabolism.
yeah, sit there and eat the same thing. It'd be a whole health battle. Like
So, guys, I wanted to get into a quick story of, if everybody follows me, they know I'm really transparent and I like to, I'm just being me. So, guys, I want to talk about how this all happened. And I think that it's such an amazing story. And every segment, I'm always going to end with a word of the week. And the word of the week, before we get into this vegan food, which I already had it. I'm not going to lie to y'all. It's really good. And I'm lactose intolerant, so I need to stop eating cheese because my stomach be
I am too,
fucked
but I
up.
keep eating it.
What? I will suffer with the bubbles for some cheese. I'm not going to lie to you. But anyway, guys, so not only people been asking me to do a podcast forever, people love my opinions on things. People love when I comment on the Shade Room. I always get thousands of likes on my comments. But just the people that been with me and been rocking with me since day one, I've always been a big personality. And I know that about myself. And I knew at one point in time it was going to get me somewhere, right? And it just got me followers, and it got me a successful makeup business, and I'm full-time makeup artist, and it got me there. But I want to go further. So I'm like, you know what? It's time for me to bring my polished personality to a podcast. So long story short, the word alignment is going to bring everything together. So my car was messed up last week. Fucked up. I ain't take care of it, so I got it. I needed everything done. And I got a Hemi engine. Y'all never get a Hemi engine. It is so expensive. I just thought it was pretty and it sounded cute. So anyway, so I needed everything done on my car. And I always make a post on social media because I always like to promote anybody that like follows me or some family member of somebody. I like to, and I like to be Black, brown owned, that's just like my thing. So anytime I need something, I always just go on my platform. I have a platform for a reason, right?
Right.
Well, nobody said anything. It was like 8:00 in the morning. I was like, these motherfuckers ain't up yet. Right. So I ended up Googling, and I Googled alignment. That's it. So 2 places came up, like regular chain places. And I was like, yeah, that's a little pricey for an alignment. And then I called a place called Tire Techs. And it was $50. I said, it's sold. I'm on the way. So I got in my car. I actually needed a battery. My fucking car had died. First of all, no neighbor was home. I was like, the one day my car died, car been running good for 2 years. I needed a lot of things. I needed tires. I needed alignment. I needed a battery. I needed a new fucking car. But anyway, so I came to this place, and it was called Tire Techs. And when I came in, it was just, I was being me. I don't ever come into place like, I'm big sexy, y'all, I'm here. I don't do none of that. I just walk in as Nina. And it was just a good energy since I walked in. And I love stuff like that. That's just stuff people don't get. And I talked about this. You are in an audition every day of your life. You just don't know what you're auditioning for.
Right.
So put that into the back of your mind when you are outside and out and about and you're conducting yourself on social media and you're conducting yourself anywhere. It doesn't matter where you're at. You are always on an audition. You just won't know what you're on audition for until you find out what it's for. So please, everybody on this panel, everybody watching, your whole life is an audition. And I would like to say that I've passed my audition my whole entire life with flying colors. So who y'all see is, what y'all see is what y'all get. So I got here, and I actually just told him, we talked about it. I said, if I was only here for an hour, you guys this would have never happened. Because I was quiet the first hour. I was here for like 3 hours. There was a lot going on. But I told him if I was here for only an hour, I would have been in and out. I'd have never talked. I wasn't on the phone. I wasn't saying nothing. I'd been in and out. So like the second hour, I was supposed to do a taste test for this vegan food that we are going to try next. And so I was, gonna do this taste test, and she was a client the day before. And I've been wanting to try vegan food. Like, swear, like, alignment is that word for a reason. I've been wanting to try vegan food because I'm like, I like vegetables. The fuck? Like, season them
I've been
motherfuckers
wanting
up.
to too, that's why I was
Fry them
like-
bitches up. It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna be okay. So my client comes, and I do her, and we just connected instantly. And she was just, I make vegan food. And I was like, oh, I said, bitch, I've been wanting to try vegan food. She was like, oh my God, say less. She was like, are you available tomorrow? I'll bring you some. I was like, oh, I like to eat. I like to eat. I gotta eat. So she did. And she hit me up, and she really stuck to her word. And she was like, but I was here at the shop. So I asked the owner, I said, hey, would you mind if I did a food review while I was here? Because it's vegan food. I don't want to play with it if you microwave it, the shit nasty. I don't fucking know how vegan food work. And he said, yeah, of course, So I actually took some other calls because before this happened, I was going to do the podcast in my living room. Like, literally reached out to somebody who shot the music video for me. He was like, I believe in you. Let's get it right. Let's do it. Fuck it. Who cares? Like, I believe in you. What's up? I have a beautiful living room. It was podcast ready. It's going to be in my house. It was with us. So he's over here in my conversations, and he's just, a businessman. So he was just like, who the fuck is this bitch? Who is this big bitch in my fucking tires? So he goes, why don't you go upstairs to do your food review? He was like, there's a full event space upstairs. He was like, it just renovated. And he was like, go up there and do your food review. And I was like, okay. I was like, fine. So he took us up here, and I walked in, and I was like, what the fuck? This is beautiful. I'm like, and we didn't even walk through the whole space. There's everything in here. There's a workout room in the back, a boardroom. There's a full kitchen back there with 2 stoves.
I saw it.
It's fucking gorgeous. 3 bathrooms, office space for rent. I'm like, God damn. I said, this wasn't just one person on this. This was 5 brains.
Food, I smell it.
I know. The food is coming, y'all. The food is coming. So there was 5 brains on this for sure. They cut no corners, and I love stuff like that. I love when people don't cut no corners and they really put their passion into whatever it is that they're doing. I don't care what it is. Just put your passion into it. And there's passion. So I saw this space, and I was like, ooh, it looked like 4 fat bitches fit real comfy in this motherfucker. Am I lying?
But I'm not. It's 3.
Stop. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about my vision before you got here. Tay,
It's not for.
I didn't say you. That was my vision as I was
It's a
walking through the
vision,
space. You
okay?
weren't thought
I ain't
about
saying
that
I'm
moment.
little.
Shut up. Anyway, that was my vision when I saw the space. I said, this looks like 4 plus-size voluptuous women, because that is my platform before anything, guys. I am a big woman before anything. And that is the one thing that I could talk about with so much confidence, because I've dealt with it for 35 years. I've lived every inch of this body and every inch of life with this body. So, of course, we are always going to talk about fat topics. I could be 250 pounds with a fat ass and a flat stomach. We still gonna talk about fat bitches.
Girl,
okay? We're still gonna talk about fat bitches to the day I die. Okay. But anyway, so I saw the space and I loved it. So again, I talk about how me and my friend fell off for 3 years because things happen and life happens, and we weren't supposed to be a part of each other's space at that moment in time. And my mom has been real sick for the past almost year. And he reached out to me a couple weeks ago just to check up on my mom and check up on me. And we just was talking for like 2 hours. We couldn't actually get off the phone. It was like 2 hours. I was like, I gotta go to bed. I didn't want to, because it was nice to hear that he achieved everything that he fought for and lost people for and gained people back. And it is what it is. When you're fighting for your dreams, sometimes people gotta go, but sometimes the real ones will come back.
Yes.
So we talked a couple weeks ago, and then I saw this beautiful space, and I told you I was gonna do this shit in my living room regardless. I had no idea that I was going to Google alignment and tire text was going to pop up, and I was going to come here and I was going to spend 3 hours here. And this man was going to ask me, what do you do? I told you, in and out in an hour, he would have never known who the fuck I was. I was quiet for an hour. It was God. It was alignment. I just told you my word for this week is alignment, because I actually have the screenshot. I don't know if I sent it to him, but we'll put it in there, of my screenshot of alignment in my thing. And the 3 places that popped up was the 2 places that I will not name and tire text. And, so as I've gotten older, I don't really talk to a lot of people no more. I know I seem like bitch got a million friends. As you get older, you will realize you don't got many. So I already done told everybody the good news. I had nobody else to talk to. My mom was asleep. My mom didn't get it. She was like, maybe I'll be more excited if I knew what was going on, but I'm really proud of you. I don't know what you're talking about though. And I was like, okay, mom.
No.
And I told her about Gilly and Wallow, and she was like, oh my God, he spent 20 years in jail. That's such a great accomplishment. I'm like, Mom, go to bed. But meaning like he went to jail for 20. I was trying to explain to her, like, you know, about how successful he was in this because, you know, when you're talking to older people, you got to give them success. Like, because all they care about is this going to make you money? Like older parents, especially Spanish, the island, is this going to make you successful? Because otherwise, I don't care about what you're talking about. Right. So I'm like, Mom, yes, that can happen. So I ended up calling my best friend, you know, and I still call my best friend. 3 years not talking to him. You know, we can tie all this in. Something happened to him, I would still feel the same way. And I called him and I was just like, because I knew he would be excited. And then he would like fuel me and like, you know, be that best friend that, you know, I've always had. And I call him and I'm telling him, and again with alignment, I'm telling him. And then I go, I found a space. I was like, I don't know, you know, what's going to work. And I sent him the videos. And my friend is like, if we're going to do it, we're going to do it. That's his motto. So I showed him the space. He was like, that's where you're going to shoot the podcast? He was like, Nina, he's like, where the fuck is that at? I was like, mind your business. Mind your business. So I was like, no, I was like, really? I said, that's, you know, beautiful space. This space, I mean, yes, the video is rolling right now. Y'all could see the space is, I mean, y'all don't know how much I respect people that just love what they do. And it like, they don't know, again, alignment, blessings. They don't know what's going to happen to them. You are on an audition every day of your life. You just don't know what you're being auditioned for. So show up and show the fuck out whatever you do. Yeah. My friend called me and I swear to God, I just called my friend just to be happy. I had nobody else to talk to. I was like, let me talk to him. And I showed him the space and he was just like, if that's where you're doing it, how much? And I'm like, what? I'm like, what are you talking about? He was like, we're getting a producer. We're getting, we're doing it. Like, if we're going to do it, we're going to do it.
Come on,
he was
best
like,
friend.
Come on, best friend.
Come on, best friend.
He was like, if we're going to do it, we're going to do it. And it's no other way that it's going to happen. He said, Nina, I have known you since you were 16 years old. He's been through everything with me. He's been through the crazy parts of me. He wasn't around for the depression. And I told him about the depression. And because he only knows me as being such a force, he actually was so sad to hear about my depression and how bad it got, which that's not something that is for this podcast. It might be for another podcast. But how bad my depression got of 2020. I think when you take a socialite and a person that's a social person and you take it away from them, it's such a hard, damn it. I didn't cry all day today, y'all.
Girl, I did it.
When you take somebody who's a social person, I used to get my clients from being out. I used to go to happy hours and I just was outside with it. And when you take that away from them, it's like taking a fish out of water. And it's just like, will she drown? Will she make it? I made it, y'all. I made it, y'all. And yeah, he said, give me the numbers. He said, figure somebody out. And another alignment. My client that morning, I was just talking to her because she's one of my loyal clients. And I was like, you know, I'm gonna start a podcast. I was like, I gotta figure out I need a good producer, a director. And she was like, my nephew do something like that. But you know, older people, like, they don't know exactly what your nephew do. I think he do some shit like that. Right. And she sends me his page. I said, oh no, he do shit like that. God damn it. Like, you undersold him. So I was like, oh, he do that. And I hit him up and he was available. My nose is running, Lord Jesus. I didn't cry all day, y'all. I'm such a crybaby. So the fact that this whole day was a nervous wreck, I knew the tears were gonna come, but got him a part of it and got with this space and y'all, we're here. And my friend said, I'm Diddy, you Carisha. He said, do it, baby. I said,
go best friend.
I said, he said, we gonna do it. So we are gonna go right into, we are sponsored by Ava's Farms, and we're going to go into that right now. And this food smell good, I know, but we got one more thing to talk about, okay? So we are sponsored by Ava's Farms, and Ava's Farms is a Feed Philly Now. It's a nonprofit organization that partners with Ava Farms, and it's a local produce store, and it provides free food to those in need in the neighborhood. I want y'all to know that you could go on the app right now, And you can download the app and you can actually grocery shop and use your EBT card and get free delivery.
So the app is Ava Farm.
So everything is in my bio. There is a scan me now that you can walk up to your TV right now where you're watching us from and scan it and get straight to the app.
So lit.
If you go into the store, one side of the store is a nonprofit, so you can get free groceries. And the other side of the store is stuff for sale. But the biggest thing I love about this is that you can go online and you can feel a part of, the Instacart fam, and you can use your EBT and it's free delivery in the city of Philadelphia. My friend, when we did lose apart ways with each other, this is what he was fighting for. And anybody that wasn't aligned with it at that moment, and I wasn't. And it just didn't I was fighting for my own stuff, And it's nice to come full circle with somebody, and it's nice to come back to somebody. And with no question, he was like, Nina, I don't care what you do. I've been keeping him a part of it, and I've been sending him stuff. He was like, I believe in you. He was like, I know who you are. He was like, I don't really care. He said, but, let's bring this nonprofit to a different audience and let's let them know what's going on. It's Black owned. And my friend is my friend is somebody who, so funny. I was telling Gio, I said, when we was growing up, my friend never really talked about what the fuck he was doing. I knew he was in college. I knew the motherfucker had a good job, but we were just partying, having fun. And I'm like, what the fuck do you be doing? Oh, you'll do it. And of course we get older. Those conversations you're not having when you're 20 years old and when you're 30 years old. And you're like, no, really, what the fuck do you do?
Right.
And he's one of them. And he's you guys met him. He's very humble and very down to earth. And it's because of him we're here. And we're going to be here every week.
Go best friend.
We're going to be here every week. And I need you guys to go download the app and get the grocery shopping. And guess what? From the power of y'all, this could be a bigger grocery store, okay? From the power of y'all, it could be bigger than what it is now. Right now, everything is decently priced. And coming soon, I told you guys that my family owned businesses, right?
Yes.
Coming soon is my family's tortillas. We manufacture our own corn tortillas. They're called El Sombrero. And sooner, because this happened within a week, y'all. Damn it, give me some time. We will bring you guys can order my family's tortillas off of the app and get them delivered.
Yeah.
And we are figuring out everything.
good.
So everything is coming full circle, guys. I'm so happy.
All
So
right.
we got all that out the way, and we are about to wrap up with this vegan food. Let me explain something to you. Royalty Vegans. Ooh.
It smells so good. And
It's
y'all
so
can't smell
good.
it on
And
the
I already
TV,
talked
but
about
like,
her and
what?
how we met. So let's get to the food. Let's get
I'm
to the
mad that y'all
food.
can't smell it on the TV
Oh,
or your
shit.
computer or
It's
your
so
phone.
good.
Let's get to the
It's
food.
all that.
Hate now.
I'm so happy. It's so good, Joe. I
Hey, now.
promise you.
She got a rib.
So good. Yeah, everything.
She got a rib.
Okay, wait.
I got
Yeah,
you,
they-
bro. You got it. You got it.
Oh my god.
There you go. You good.
I don't know.
Put it right there. Put it on the
I'm
thing.
So decent.
Oh, it looks so good. Oh my god.
For me, I was trying to eat food. I was trying to eat her food. I was make sure she ain't.
This looks really delicious. Like
It looks
It looks so good.
amazing.
I already know what it tastes like. First of all, I already ordered 2 platters.
this is like ooh.
I hit her up the next day. I said, I need 2.
Listen, what I'm gonna need is give me 2.
Ooh, Jesus.
Thank you.
She made more. I ain't taste 2 of these things. Damn. Are y'all ready? And we want full, honest reviews, okay?
Honestly.
I already know what I think. So
Did we like go like Marseille go or what?
go, taste it. Are you guys want to do the same thing at the same time? All right, who? Everybody went for the greens.
I need
All right,
a,
let's go for the greens. Let's go for the greens. Come on. Everybody go for the greens. All right.
All right, greens. Is,
We ready?
you all eat.
Stop, it's delicious.
Yep.
That's good as hell.
I said there ain't no chicken bouillon in here.
That's good as fuck.
No, that tastes so good.
I know.
Oh my God.
It's very delicious.
It's good.
Yeah, it's hitting. It's
You
super
made my 2 platters?
super
Is
hitting.
that- you
I
got 2 of
literally
them?
ordered the next day. I told
Oh,
you
yeah?
make me some. All right.
Okay.
I did this for this, but I would make that's a good steak. All right. I'll eat these greens all day.
No, they taste.
I love greens.
Very good.
Damn, this shit good. All right, what we gonna get on to next?
What's next?
You want to do the Alfredo?
I
Okay.
want to stay on the greens. I'm not even gonna
The
lie.
greens are good.
Okay.
So what is this?
It's like it's vegan. It's not.
You're bugging.
Alright.
You're
I'm just making sure.
bugging.
I'm making sure.
What? No dairy neither?
Look at his face.
What?
That's not like you
Right.
put milk in that shit.
Right.
Stop. Like,
That's good.
Wow.
It's so delicious.
Y'all.
Like this is
No,
Y'all.
that's a banger.
when I first tasted it, I was like, "There's milk in here." Damn.
I gotta take the macaroni now.
I'm turning vegan. I'm lying.
No, for real, because I really want to. Like, is that crazy?
Yo, it really fucks your shit up. Yo. Oh, my friend, literally, as we talked, and he's vegan now. He told me he was like, I turned vegan, and that motherfucker will fuck a quarter pounder up like nothing. I said, oh, vegan.
I've really been thinking about it.
What? Oh, you got all our napkins, babe.
I got everybody there.
Y'all, we're gonna go to the next one because we still gotta.
Wait.
Oh shit, sorry.
I didn't want to.
Thank you.
So what are we gonna go into next?
I ain't on the Alfredo. It was good.
Listen, I already went to the mac and cheese. I'm sorry.
No, I did too.
It was so
I'm
good.
back on the greens. I love them.
Let's taste these meat, y'all. Come on.
Yeah.
We're gonna sit here and talk about how good it is.
The chicken. Okay.
So what actually is this?
Okay. Is it what?
Oyster mushroom. Oh my god.
That's delicious.
Y'all, I'm here for this.
I'm ready for this fucking. That shit look like a rib. That shit look like a rib.
That's wow.
Wow.
You know what?
Like, I'm really.
Tab was the on something.
I'm not gonna lie.
Tab was the on something.
So that's an oyster mushroom.
She
That is crazy.
made the bowls.
Y'all about to be like me and order 2 platters the next day.
No, for real.
I really did. I asked her. I said,
I
better
can't
leave me
believe
alone.
it.
You heard me? It's a what? Yeah, all right.
No,
Yeah.
but did you eat the rib?
No, I was too busy.
No,
eating
eat the rib right
rib,
now.
bro.
Eat the rib right now.
I'm almost done.
No, eat the rib right now.
All right.
Bro, we are really like, this is.
I'm not playing. It's good.
I can't believe it.
I can't.
I can't believe it.
I'll eat the whole damn plate.
How you make that? Okay, what's
I'm
that?
so happy I met you.
How you make that?
Because I would have tried, like, I really just wanted to try vegan food. So I would have went to, you know, on some bullshit.
I've
Like,
really been considering this shit.
no, seriously. I was like, oh, yeah, what's up?
Yo.
Wow.
I don't feel, you know what I said? I don't feel cheated.
This is
I
good.
don't.
Right,
She fed me. I was here for 3 hours. I went straight to work.
And that's what's crazy about it.
I don't feel cheated. When I feel cheated,
Mm-hmm.
leave me the fuck alone. That's what I said.
I'm a vegan and I feel cheated when I go to a place. They be like, well, we have French fries and salad. If you don't, are you? That's
What the fuck am I supposed to do with that?
I want real
What?
food when I come out for an
But for me, like when I started dieting, when I started losing my weight, I cut out soda, I cut out juice, I cut out snacks. Because I don't touch them no more. If you see me drinking a motherfucking Pepsi, mind your business. You understand me? I don't drink the shit no more. But I don't do dark soda anyway, so that was bad. But like ice cream, I could eat a whole motherfucking cart of ice cream in 2 days. You know what I'm saying? Like back in the day. Now, if they're like, eat Halo Top. Fuck you and your Halo Top. I'm gonna fucking eat Haagen-Dazs. Like if I'm gonna eat it, I'm gonna eat it. I don't feel cheated.
I'm not, if I want to eat something, I'm going to eat it. I'm not going to sit there and micromanage myself on this day of treatment. You know?
I know on camera. Turn the camera off me. I gotta adjust some butt cheeks over here. Turn the camera off me. Okay.
Yo.
Fucking dogs up my ass.
I don't even know what a oyster mushroom is.
It's just a fan shape
Oh,
mushroom.
my
It's
God.
a different type, but it gives more of a meaty texture.
Child.
It tastes like chicken.
It tastes like
It tastes
I
like
said,
chicken.
vegan.
I tore it up. I actually stopped eating it here so I could have a little more to eat when I got.
I don't know where y'all stuff at, but hey.
Tay!
Yo, Tay, what?
Can we get Tay's plate here?
What?
Can we get
No.
Tay's?
I'm not done.
If y'all not sure how good the vegan food is,
No,
no
I'm not done.
bullshit.
It's good.
What happened to you?
It's awesome.
You got a napkin, honey?
No.
Yeah, you got a napkin right next to him.
I'm not gonna need a napkin. I'm gonna lick the plate.
Oh.
All right, so we are gonna
Look.
segue into how we are gonna end. We is gonna end this out, honey. We gonna
Yeah,
end
so
this
I
out
can
with a
be,
bang.
so I can eat ugly. Like I'm trying
Oh,
to
girl,
eat
eat.
cute.
We is here.
I'm trying to eat cute on camera.
This ain't that. This ain't that show you how to eat your
Who?
food.
You?
I was trying to eat cute
Not
on
me.
camera. Oh, no.
So
No.
we are gonna ask a question, and this is for. I'm enjoying the food. God damn it. All right.
Yeah.
I missed the joke. I'm sorry. Damn it. So we're gonna end it, and whoever can answer at the time that they want to answer. So Tay had a question for the ladies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tay.
Yeah.
Yes, Daddy.
Yeah.
So Tay wanted to know that if us as females had the opportunity to switch our bodies with, you know, as for the plus size ladies, for a body girl with a quote unquote pretty body, or just anybody for Geo, if you just had an opportunity to switch your body with somebody else's body, would you? Honest.
Like, would you want to be Kim Kardashian? Would you want to be Halle Berry? Like, would
That
you
is
want to
not a
be?
good body to.
I'm just saying
The
though.
reason,
That's the people that they
I'ma
idolize on
say-
Instagram. So like, would you want to be any one of them type of people?
the reason
Anybody.
why I would say no is because I feel like my body has been good to me. I have 4 children.
Go girl.
And
Damn.
yeah, and no stretch marks, no
good.
nothing. So I'm gonna just say, let me just keep this. I just I just skied by without no real.
No, beautiful.
So I'm gonna just
beautiful,
keep it. Yeah,
Beautiful.
yeah.
I'ma
just-
as Tiffany is digesting that good ass vegan food. I think I've talked about this so many times on my social media platforms, so many times, but we are going to revisit it again. Sometimes I will be in a bad space, and I would just be like, I just wish that if I could just not deal with, you know, because I told you, I'm fighting for normalcy. I'm not just fighting,
Right.
you know, girls. No offense to nobody, so I won't even do that because, you know, people like to put words in my mouth. I was putting vegan food in my mouth, not words. At sometimes when I'm at my lowest, because I'm going to be completely transparent, there are certain times that I'm just like, you know, I literally look in the mirror and my ex would be like, stop. Like, I would literally, like, I told you, without this faja, I can fold this shit. You know what I'm saying? I would grab my rolls and I would like fold my arm fat. And he'd be like, yo, stop doing that. Like, just get out the mirror. And then I have days where I'll just be like, excuse me, what? Excuse me. It's just, I think, but again, you know, people put so many things on just being fat. It's just a woman. We have those good days and we have those bad days. It's not, this is nothing directly related to being fat. Women in general are so hard on themselves
Yes.
in every area of their life. But when it comes to their body, I literally just took on a client over the weekend and she was like, yeah, I got off social media. And I'm like, wow, what's going on? She was just like, I just couldn't take it anymore. And she was the cutest plus size girl. I actually met her a long time ago. And I don't want to, you know, say her name. She knows who she is. I met her a long time ago. She was just like, this is so cute. We met her at Rita's. And I was just like, she was like, you're so pretty. And I was like, follow me on Instagram. And we've known each other ever since. And her body's so cute. Like the perfect big girl. Like the cute titties, nice little chunky stomach, and she hates who she sees in the mirror. And I'm just like, you cannot tell somebody how they feel about themselves or how they feel about something. So to answer that question, it just depends on the day and it depends on what I'm thinking about. There's certain days that I'm like, fuck, once I lose another 100 pounds, then I have to figure out who the fuck's gonna cut me up. And I gotta go through anesthesia and I gotta go through, you know, like, am I gonna make it off the table? And I'm just like, maybe I'll just live with folding my stomach up in fucking halves. And, you know, just cause I don't wanna die, you know, like, is it worth it? But I'm like, I can't live like this. So yes, there are certain days that I'm just like, if I could go like this and have a cute little body. Not a cute little body. I just told you I never want to be skinny. I like being big and sexy, just not this motherfucking big. Yeah, I want to be like, I want to get to 300 and I want to get all my skin surgeries and get all my, you know, whatever I need to get done. And I know that will probably take about 50 pounds off, you know, once they cut off the stomach and whatever. But it is not as easy as you think. And when big girls, actually, you would think that we would gain more confidence when we lose weight. I've actually lost my confidence. That's where the depression came from.
It's like a dysmorphia.
It's a body dysmorphia because when I was at my biggest, like my belly was full. It was just big,
Right,
you know, and I was like solid, I guess if you want to call it.
Mhm.
And maybe because my belly was so big, I couldn't see my thigh rolls. They probably were always there. But now that I can act, like when I stand up, I literally can see like the little part of my butt and my thigh rolls. And I'm just like, maybe they were always there, but I just didn't see them. And now that they're visible, I'm just like, yo, what the fuck? Like this shit is like fucked up. I hate it. And I literally would just stand in the mirror. And I literally all day just fold my stomach up because I'm always naked in the house. I'm just like, and I'm playing around. I'm like chasing my cats around like,
Bro.
like, I mean, the stuff that y'all not gonna see ever. But
What about you?
look at
Like for me, I dealt with a lot like growing up. Like I really hated myself at a certain point in time. Much like how you were dealing with the depression, I dealt with the depression, but like in my younger years. And I honestly don't think that I conquered it up until maybe like I was 23. So like from the time I was like, I want to say 11 to 16, I went through like a really big hurdle of depression, and it was bad. It was really, 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 like I hated myself. Like I had an eating disorder, and there was a lot of things going on with me psychologically, and a lot of it was stemming from me taking what the world said and just like, just, you know, your subconscious absorbs that shit, and it makes you believe that it's true.
but the
So-
world made it worse though.
Yeah, and the world, of course, made it worse. You know, you never get to see yourself in anything. And so it got to a point in time where I had someone really important in my life pass away. And she was literally my hero. And I was just like, I cannot live like this. Like, and I was really young, and no one in my family ever really knew the extent of my issues. Like, you know, I won't get into detail, but I was like self-harming. It was bad. And I lost myself, and I was very young. I didn't have any help. I didn't have any guidance. I didn't have therapy. I didn't know how to communicate and let people know that this is what was going on with me. So once I reached a point in time where I was just like, I'm so tired of just fighting to feel like I deserve to be here. I just want to live. Like I don't want to breathe. And so when I had lost her, I was just like, I have to get my life together. And I kind of started like challenging myself because I had a lot of anxieties. Like I had depression, anxiety, social anxiety, everything. And so I would like be forcing myself out the house. And I just started telling myself like, you need to become your own beauty standard. Like, you know what I mean? Because like, to be honest with you, the world's beauty standard was never my standard of beauty to begin with. I don't find somebody like Halle Berry, like she's a beautiful woman and she's gorgeous, but I don't
We
think that our
never
beauty should be like
saw us.
comparative. And I also
we
don't
never
think
saw
that her
us.
being beautiful takes away from the fact that I'm beautiful. And like, it's crazy to people because like, if you're asking me like, would I rather be somebody like Kylie Jenner who's like super thin and like super like, no,
No.
Right.
no, I don't.
Wrong person.
Maybe there's attributes about myself that like every woman, like you said, maybe I want my boobs to sit up more, or maybe I wish my butt was rounder. But like my overall view of myself, like my personal standard of beauty is someone who looks just like me.
Period.
My personal
Period.
standard of beauty is someone who looks just like Lizzo. Like she is to me a pinnacle of beauty. Like, and nobody can tell me any different. Like you can look at me and say that that woman is ugly just because you think that she's ugly because she's fat, because that's an attribute of her existence. But you cannot say that that woman is ugly. You
She
cannot
is
say that I am ugly. You
everything.
cannot
And
say
I
that
love that
he is
Tiffany
ugly.
said, like,
She is
So I just became
everything.
my own standard of beauty. And so with that being said, no, I want to change certain things about myself just like any woman, but I don't want to be anybody else. I spent my whole life wishing I was somebody else, and it was a waste of fucking time.
Right.
It was a waste of fucking time. I was miserable. It literally almost took me out. So no, that's done.
My friend Fredo said, you know,
We're
we're gonna give a shout out. We're gonna give a shout out to Fredo. He told me, he said, be yourself because everybody else is taken. And when he said that, I was like, damn. Go ahead.
when she answers the question, she answers.
She answers.
No,
it.
Tiff,
Like,
listen.
Motherfucking question.
Can we talk about Tiff? Me and Tiff have been following each other on
Don't be
social
the motherfucking
media
phone. She don't play
for.
that shit.
No, for real.
Tiff asked me to go to her 21st birthday party, and Tiff is now 25.
I know it's so funny. Yeah.
You just went on a rant. I said, damn it.
That
Go,
wasn't
girl.
Tiff, listen, I love Tiff,
My dog,
yo.
that's my
That was
dog.
everything.
And this is our first time meeting.
It's our first time.
This is our first time meeting.
Oh my God! Are
Every
you
time she
serious?
talk, I
Yeah,
be
we've been
feeling-
following each other for so long on
That's why
social
I'm like-
media.
I'm like, what you got? I'm
I'm
you about to touch my soul and shit. You hear me?
I love it. I live for that.
Thank y'all.
But we're gonna.
Sticking up on my fucking. Ooh.
Well, first of all, we never said that. I'm guessing that the vegan food was a 10.
The vegan.
Vegan food.
The vegan food
Hey,
was a 10, y'all.
No.
I'm coming vegan, y'all.
I hope,
Hey,
I hope
from a 1 to 10, what was it?
what?
From a 1 to a 10, what was it?
Oh, it's a 12.
You know, that's where we at with it. We
Absolutely.
at
Yeah.
I was making
Yeah.
sure. Right
No,
here.
we was still here.
Yeah, all right,
Yeah, we
make
here.
sure. All right.
Oh, God. So, the vegan food was a 10, guys. And we are coming to an end. This is my first podcast ever.
Go, girl.
I thought it went pretty fucking well, if I do say so myself. Yeah, guys, so this is pretty much gonna be the vibe on every show. I just want raw. I want ourselves.
Yes.
I actually told everybody, like, I wanted stuff for you all not to know because I didn't want y'all to think about what y'all were gonna say. I just wanted to be raw and just out there. And even them, I told them to, which they didn't fucking do it. Fucking failures, yo. Jesus.
We did good, everybody.
Gave you one fucking homework assignment. But anyway, no, you guys.
From a 1 to a 10, what was we?
A 12.
But guys, we are done here. This is beautiful. I love you guys. We are going to be here every week. Guys, I am picking co-hosts. We do not know who the co-hosts are going to be permanent. And this is just I can't lie to y'all. Let's stop with the secrets. I don't know who my co-hosts are going to be, but we did an amazing job. And again, we're going to end with the word alignment, and whatever God has aligned for me and my show will come forth, and I'll figure it out along the way, and you guys will help me figure it out. And I love you guys so much. This is a long time in the making, and we did it, y'all. Big Sexy's first podcast. I love y'all, and we're going to end with, I love it when you call me Big Sex. Suck on my while I rub on your dick. I love it when it get hard in this bitch. Big Sexy, let me introduce myself. These dudes get seduced, wanna give